Hey guys, thanks for checking out my channel, A Cake Was a Lie. So, last time I was on here, I was talking about getting my hair cut, and as you can see, I did it. I chopped off a ton of hair, and yeah, it's all spiky and fun, and I love it. I never thought that I was a short-haired person. I always, had long hair and kind of was worried that short hair would make me look like a boy or that it would make me look heavier or whatever it may be. But here's the thing. After I cut off all my hair, there was a few times of like glancing in the mirror, the shock and awe, of course, in the beginning. But it's the first time I've actually felt like myself. So, yeah, I feel like this is kind of who I've been expecting to see this whole time, and I think I felt like very weighed down by it all. So, I've got my full makeup on. I normally don't put makeup on for my videos. I normally don't wear earrings, so this is all new. But, I'm actually getting ready to go out. It's Friday night. I'm gonna go out with some girlfriends. We're gonna go to an arcade and have some fun. So, I'm all dolled up for that nonsense, but I wanted to get this video done. I have not lost a ton. I know that's kind of like why people watch these videos, but I haven't really lost a ton of weight. I'm down to like 221, so a few pounds, yay. I'm shrinking though. I'm getting smaller. It's slow. If you guys are looking for big numbers, you're watching the wrong channel. But in the meantime, I'm actually working with a coach to do macro dieting. I'm going to test that out for a little while. It's very high carbs, kind of. I'm eating about 125 grams of protein, 125 carbs, and I don't know, not very much fat. But I don't want to go too much into that right now because if it works out for me, then I'm probably going to talk more about it. It's kind of an experiment in this stage right now. I am hitting the gym 3 days a week and pretty hardcore, so yay, exciting. However, the other thing I wanted to talk to everyone about. So there's been some talk on Instagram, and I've been sharing this thing that I do to get my protein in, and I don't think I've done a video on it, but I've been talking about it on there because people are talking about trying to drink their protein and stuff. So I wanted to share with you guys how I get my protein in, and even on the macro thing. So I work graveyard. I'm usually not even awake right now. I've had an hour of sleep today. But I do drink these. In the beginning, I hated these before surgery. I love them now. But I cannot drink them straight because they're disgusting. So what I do is I go to Dutch Brothers and I order, or you can go to Starbucks or whatever. I particularly like Dutch Brothers coffee. But I order their espresso. I order 4 shots, decaf. The reason being not because of the caffeine necessarily, because a little bit of caffeine doesn't really hurt, and there's caffeine in decaf coffee, but because of the fact that I'm already struggling to get my water in. I don't want to dehydrate myself further, so I make sure that if I can drink decaf, I do drink decaf. There are some nights where I just can't drink decaf and I need a little boost, but I try to drink double my water on the nights that I do that. So anyways, I order 3 to 4 shots of decaf espresso mixed with sugar-free syrups. So like whatever they use, hazelnut or whatever. You can pick your flavors. I order a sugar-free Snickers most of the time, but mint and peppermint or whatever. Mix it in with the shots while it's hot. They mix it together and then pour it in a very tall glass over ice. It takes some explaining sometimes. I've gotten to the point where I just hand this to them and I go, I want this instead of milk. And then they'll pour it in. So they charge me, I think, $2.50 to $3, depending on what it is, who it is. And yeah, it tastes like an iced latte. It's delicious. And I do at least one of those a night. Some nights if I just don't feel like eating, or I know I'm gonna have a real busy night, I'll just buy 2 of those, one of them just as the shot, store it in the refrigerator at work, pour it over ice for my second meal, and then as my snack I make sure to eat vegetables and fruit, because man cannot live on protein drinks alone. So that being said, it still can add up. It can still get expensive, and frankly, sometimes I get super frustrated driving through there and having to explain it all to them over and over and over and over and over again. So I found a recipe online. I'll try to make sure I link below. if I remember. I'm terrible about that. So I found a recipe for cold brew coffee. And I have an espresso machine, but I'm lazy. And I'm tired more often than I'm not. So I thought this would be a great way to maybe do a really strong brew espresso coffee and do it without having to do it. And then that way, if you guys, it's already cold, you can mix it over ice. It's not a problem. So I'm going to show you how to do that. My kitchen is messy, but you're going to, right here, just 1 second. Okay, so for making the coffee, the cold brew coffee, what you're going to do is take 200 to 250 or so grams of ground coffee, coarse ground coffee. I grind mine fresh because I like the oil that is produced when it is fresh ground. A lot of people don't like that oil necessarily, but I think it helps kind of with the flavor a little bit more. And then you want to go ahead and just pour that into a container on top of a scale if you have one, because that way you can continue to measure. You're going to measure water out in a minute here. This is really, really simple. It's also to taste. So if you want to do a little less coffee and not have such a strong concentrate, because that's what this will be, is a coffee concentrate, then you can do that too. So go ahead and put in your coffee, and then you're going to measure out about 1,000 grams of filtered water. That equals about a liter. So if you just want to use a liter bottle, that's fine too. Use about a liter in there, and you can, like I said, it's to taste. So if you want to do a little more or a little less or however you want to do it, but about a liter. And then you're just going to set that to the side on your countertop. It has to sit for 24 hours. That's the hard part. And then when it's all done, you'll strain it. So, and that's part I didn't do in the video when I was filming the actual making of it. But you're going to need to strain it. So it's sitting on my countertop now. Tomorrow I will take a colander, a wire mesh colander. I will lay some paper towels inside of it, wet them down so that they don't soak up the coffee, and then pour the coffee through into a bowl. And then maybe do that once or twice to get all the little pieces out so that you don't have that. And then you're ready to make your shake. So to make the shake, I just mix in about 2.5 shot glasses to 3 shot glasses of the coffee concentrate with syrup of choice, some ice cubes, and the Premier Protein. Put it in a blender bottle. These things are awesome. And give it a shake, and you got your breakfast. Takes no time at all, and it's delicious. So helps you get your protein in. I thank you guys so much for watching. I thank you for all of your likes, all of your comments. I thank you for all your guys' support on Instagram. This community is so amazing. I know I say this a lot, but it always overwhelms me at like how supportive and how just awesome and close I think we all feel to each other. So hopefully this helps you in some way. I know that, you know, when I was searching, I was kind of digging around for information and also just like inspiration and how to get through some of the shitty days, you know, even that kind of stuff is big. And tell you what, when you haven't lost hardly any weight in a couple of months, it's some shitty days, but it's all good. You know, it's not a race and everything's happening, and it's just slow progress, and I'm not a patient person, and I know that everybody wants overnight results, and I don't think that just ever happens. So it comes with work, and it comes with protein, and it comes with water, and it comes with being okay and laughing at yourself once in a while and finding your true self along the way. So, all right, guys, much love, much hugs to all of you. Have a great weekend. I will see you again in a couple of weeks and hopefully have some updates on the macro dieting and see how that works out. All right, bye.